At some point, you have to condition your no marker too. And there are a couple of places that I condition my no marker when the opportunity presents itself. One is coming out of the crate. It's a perfect spot. I want to teach my puppy to wait until I tell them they can come out. So I teach them a wait cue at the crate door, right? And so that's a perfect place to institute the marker. When your puppy wants out the door of the crate, you see it's like, yeah, you're here to let me out. And so I put my hand on the door and I say, wait. They don't know what wait means, but they hear that sound. I start to open the door. If they start to come out, I say, nope, and close it, right? Then I say, wait again. I start to open the door. If they start to come out, I say, nope, and close it, right? And I do that repeatedly. And then when I say wait, and I open it and they wait, I say, okay, and I toss the door open and I jump back. That's the other thing. I have a separate release when it's not to reward, right? So there's a reward marker, yes, which releases you, but it also means a reward. And then I have another release that means you can stop doing what you're doing. Okay is what I use, but some people say break or free or whatever you want, right? And this means that there's no reward coming, but you can stop doing. Like, so if I make a dog wait at a door, I say okay, and they get to go through the door. If they're going to come out their crate, I say okay, and you can do that. If I'm hiking, and I called my dog back to me, and I'm going to start hiking again, I say okay, and you can break off and start running again. I release you to go. You don't have to stay focused on me. If I say yes, your dog should stop doing what they're doing and focus on you for a reward, right? So yes is a conditioned reward, a conditioned reinforcer, and then I have a separate release. So in the case of the crate, I use okay, break, free, whatever you want to say is their general release, right? Not to reward, right, per se. And we'll talk about this. They're most of our behaviors, and with puppies this is going to be the case, we don't put commands on behaviors until we're certain we can get them to do it. So you could do the same thing here. You wouldn't have to say wait. I just do it for efficiency's sake, right? Yeah, wait. I use wait at coming out of crate doors, going through doors. Anytime I want you to pause temporarily and wait until I give you authorization to move forward, right? Some people do it at curbs. You know, you're walking your dog and you come up to a curb, you say wait, and they have to stop at the curb edge, and then okay, and we get to go again, or whatever it's going to be. But it means hesitate, pause, wait for permission to move forward from whatever you're doing, right? Or you can just do it without the wait cue to start with, and when they get good at it, you can add the wait cue afterwards. Right? I don't have to say anything the first time, right? I can just put my hand on the door, and as I start to open it, if they start to come out, I just say, nope, close it. And do that repeatedly until they're waiting on their own, and then you can add a cue afterwards. Once they know it, then you can say, wait, open the door, they wait. Okay, you let them out, right? So you have a choice there. Because they can't fail, because I'm not going to let them out the door, right? I can put the cue in right away. Most of our behaviors, and I don't want to get too far into this because we're going to talk about this later. We're getting way ahead of ourselves, right? Adding commands to behaviors and stuff like that. We're going to talk about that later, right? But most of the time, we don't put words to behaviors until we're certain we can get the dog to do it. So I don't say sit and then try to get my dog to sit. I show them how to sit 100 times until every time I go like this, they sit. Then I say sit and help them sit, right? So the first time they hear the word, they're successful, right? And so we'll talk about that as we get going forward. But yeah, the idea here is ultimately not the command you're using there or whatever, the dog learning the no marker. So the no marker in the beginning stages predicts negative punishment. Negative punishment is depriving you of something you want, taking something you want away from you. So you want to come out of that crate really bad, right? So if you don't wait for me to say you can, I take that away from you. And I say no right before that. Nope, close it. Now the dog says, when I hear that sound, it means you're taking something I want away from me. In this case, it's the freedom to come out of the crate. I start to open the door, you start to come out, I say, nope, close it, right? And I say, nope, kind of calm, like as if I'm saying nope, or like not like no, right? That's the other thing. Lots of people have a hard time saying no without being pissed off, right? Emotional state, and this is not social pressure. This is not me yelling at you. It's me, it's a sound. So if you're one of those people that can't say no without being like, no, God damn it, you know, son of a bitch, right? If you can't do that, then use a different sound. Some people say wrong. Some people go, oops. Doesn't matter, right? Right? So people struggle with the emotional part of it. This is emotion-free. Our markers have nothing to do with emotion. It has to do with a specific, consistent sound. And dogs are very attuned to our emotional states.